What's good, everyone? My name is Tyler Armstrong, and I'm here with Max Bolin. Welcome to the Rainbow City Disc Golf Course in Rainbow City, Alabama. This is a quick overview of our local course here. Rainbow City is a tightly wooded technical course located in northeast Alabama, about an hour north of Birmingham and an hour and a half south of Huntsville. Rainbow City is a par 54 from both the amateur and pro layouts. Both layouts start at hole 16. The reason being is that this starts you at the parking lot and ends you at hole 15, which puts you back at the parking lot. We're adding new pins at the moment, so pardon our progress if our signs don't match up to where the pin is.
Hole 16 is a straightforward shot with a decent sized fairway. Your options are to throw the subtle hyzer line down the middle or a forehand through a backdoor route. Either direction, you're trying to land on the hill, which has a unique elevated basket.
Hole 17 is the longest hole in our course, playing in at just over 450 feet in the longest pin position. But in the amateur layout, it's a straightforward shot. Depending on the pin from the pro layout, there's a big hyzer shot through this gap or a straight shot across the track. If you land on the track, it's out of bounds. Your goal is to land at the base of the hill, so that way you can have a chance at a long birdie or for an easy three.
Hole 18 is the scariest shot on our course. From the tee pad, you have to throw through a wooded gap and over the pond. All pin positions for this hole require a shot to clear the pond in some way. If you land in the water, it is OB and you have to throw from the drop zone, which is the amateur tee pad.
Hole 1, you have two options. Throw straight at the basket or take a safe hyzer route and land on the side of this hill. The pond is OB, as well as the creek that comes into play on both the B and C pin positions, or on a really bad shot, the A position.
Hole 2 is considered to be one of the easier holes on our course. From the tee pad, you have the option of the tight shot up the middle or throwing a forehand to turnover on the left side of the pin. There's also a pin position that is tucked into the woods on the right, where you have the same shot options but may be harder to see from the tee pad.
Hole 3 is a unique feature of our course with a suspended basket on a zip line. This is one of the shortest holes on the course, but it also features some of the tightest lines to hit. If you miss your line, you have a chance of going OB in the creek, which you have to cross multiple times to get to the basket.
Hole 4's tee shot requires either a straight shot or hyzer flip down the middle to have a chance at birdie. There is also a pin position that is tucked off to the right of the fairway that will require more of a technical shot through the guardian trees.
Hole 5 has three pin positions, two of which are hyzer shots to get through the trees to the basket. In its current position, which is a new pin position, this is a straighter shot that you can pitch up and land in the fairway, or throw a hyzer flip shot to try to get closer to the basket.
Hole 6 has two very different play styles depending on the pin position. On the hole, there is a double mando when the pin is on the right and requires either a tight turnover or a forehand shot. If you miss the mando or go into the creek, there's a drop zone that is marked right after the fairway opens on the right. When the basket is in the position on the left, the double mando and drop zone are not in play and requires a straight shot down the middle.
Hole 7 has three pin positions. In its current position, this is the easiest hole in our course. Get an ace, get a putter out, throw it in. When it's in the left pin position, this is a hyzer shot all the way. When it's in the longest pin position, this is a straight shot down the middle. You have to dodge a tree, so try to throw a big hyzer or hyzer flip around the tree.
Hole 8 is another tight tee shot with a pretty open fairway down the middle, besides a very annoying tree in the center of the fairway that is a disc magnet. For two of the pin positions, you are trying to push your tee shot as far forward without landing on the track, which is OB. There is also a pin position that is a small tight hyzer to the left, which can be tricky to get to.
Hole 9 has three pin positions. In its current position, it's a turnover or a forehand shot to get to the pin that is literally in the middle of the creek that is OB. In the other two pin positions, you have a short straight shot to the creek bed, or in the longest pin, you have to fight through guardian trees to get to the basket, which is one of the hardest baskets to get to, in my opinion.
Hole 10 is considered to be the hardest tee shot to get off cleanly. For three of the pin positions, you are trying to get as far forward without going into the woods on the left, which are very unforgiving, or going into the creek, which is OB. There is also a pin position on the left that can be a placement shot in the middle of the fairway and pitch it for par, or throw a large hyzer from the tee pad for a chance at birdie.
Hole 11 has 4 pin positions. In its current position, which we play the most, it's a hyzer shot with a huge dead tree that you have to dodge. The other positions call for straighter shots, with the longest pin being guarded by the large dead tree.
Hole 12 has 3 pin positions that either require a shot of your preference on this very open fairway without landing in the baseball field or the creek, which are OB. The pin is in the short position is an island hole that we marked from circle 1, and if you miss the island, you play it where it lies and add a stroke.
Hole 13 has 3 pin positions on this very open fairway. In its current position, it's a straight shot. The pin on the right is a forehand/turnover shot.
Hole 14 has 3 positions, all of which require technical tee shots. For 2 of the 3 pin positions, you are either throwing a forehand down the left gap, a tight shot down the middle, or a hyzer over 10's fairway to get to the pin. For the other pin position, it sits tightly on the left side of the fairway, which requires a hyzer down the middle or a forehand through a large gap on the left.
Hole 15 features 3 pin positions, one of which is a newer position. In its current position, it's a hyzer shot down the middle. In the longer pins, you're trying to throw a straight shot that fades into an open area in the woods for a putt. The track and 14's fairway are OB. We look forward to seeing you at the Disc Golf Course in Rainbow City. You can find more information about the Southern Woodpeckers Disc Golf Club and the course on the Rainbow City Disc Golf group on Facebook.